Okay, folks, I'm just going to run through a quick explanation of these in case you're really stuck, because I know that happens from time to time. So as we're looking at these, the first round here is all about log 36. Okay, and so we need to think about what numbers could we put here so that log blank times blank equals 36. In other words, what times what equals 36, right? So some options would be 1 and 36, although that feels boring. 6 and 6, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, half and 72, whatever. You kind of get the gist. Okay. In the next one, we're looking for a number for here and a number for here, so that log blank divided by blank equals 36, right? We're looking for what two numbers divide to equal 36. 72 divided by 2. 108 divided by 3. 18 divided by half, right? Any sort of combination would work in there. And then for here, we're looking for log, we gotta get two numbers, right? Oops, let's not do that. So what base raised to a power will equal log of 36? And to me, the most logical one is 6 to the second power, because 6 squared is 36. Okay, you had a lot of choices for that one, but hopefully you did okay. If you would have gone back and looked, 36, not necessarily in the last row, but 36 definitely showed up, for example, in number 14. Or, for example, in number 6. But that's okay. Okay, zooming on down to here. Log AB. So these are logs that are being multiplied. And so we can expand them by adding. And notice both times we have to include log. Right? The only thing that gets to change really is what we're logging. We're just splitting it up. Here we are multiplying and taking a power. So we might need to do this one in 2 steps if we're not super confident. First we'll split up the multiplying. Then we'll move the power. Okay. Division, so a fraction means subtraction. And if you're like, this doesn't that change of base? No, change of base has 2 logs, or a fraction out of 2 logs, and that's what makes this one a little bit different. In this next one, we've got a fraction again, which is great, and a power. And so we'll do the power. When we move that, we'll do that after. Let's deal with subtraction first. And then we'll move the 3. Right, when we do the powers, we definitely want to deal with our addition or subtraction and then the power. Right? Power is always going to be the last thing. And in this one, we've got 2 powers. Because if you remember, a square root is a power. It's a to the 1/2. So if you're like, how is a square root a power? Well, that's how. Or that's why we brushed up on that a little bit on Friday. So we've got log, and I'm going to write it like that so we can see it. And then we'll move the 1/2 to the front. And we'll move the 2 to the front, right? We dealt with the subtraction first, and then we finished with the power. So you notice we're always finishing with the power. Now, in the second half, that's a pretty good line. I'm kind of proud of that. So you'll notice we finished with the power. When we're expanding. If we are condensing, right, we're taking multiple logarithms and crunching them down into one, then we're going to start with the power. So that 2 is going to jump up, and that 3 is going to jump up, and it's going to be great. Log b squared plus log c to the third. And then we'll make our multiplication. Same thing here. Log a squared minus log b to the fourth. And then we'll put them together. Oh, another square root. Log square root of a plus log c squared log root a c squared. Notice my square root stops before it gets to c. This one's kind of weird. We got to deal with the parenthesis first. Normally I'd say start with the power, but we probably should say start with, whoops, my bad. Start with parentheses and then deal with your power. Because obviously PEMDAS means we got to PEM or parenthesis at first. So I'm going to deal with my parentheses. And I think the nice thing about dealing with this parentheses is now we know, and actually I probably don't need these anymore. Get those out of here. We know that that half is applying to both, just like it would if we were going to do the distributive property. Same thing here. It just means that both B and C are having the square root done. And then the very last one, we're going to start with the powers. And then I'm going to deal with my multiplication round. Oops, my bad. Some of you are probably like, oh, that was a 3 on the B. And if you were yelling at me, I didn't hear you, but I appreciate it. And then the very last one, we've got log a b to the third over c squared. So that's what's up. There's a quick little crash course for the back page.